Hello, my name is Gerald Young, and my speech today is on social networking. I want you to understand that this speech is not just about social media, but it's also about the important things that we need to consider when we're dealing with social media. I want to inform you how social media can be a great way for us to connect with people, yet it's also needs to be understood how vital it is that we're careful as we're connecting. Technology has brought us to the age of instant connectivity. If I'm connect with a group of people in a social network such as Facebook or Twitter, I have the ability to give out instant information. And when I do that, when I give out instant information, whether that's through my cell phone or whether that's through my laptop, or even other devices that are out today, regardless of what devices we use, this information is instant. But once I click send, whether that be on my laptop or my cell phone, once I hit send, that information is gone, it's out there, and I can't take it back. I've been connecting with young people for over 10 years now, and it's part of what I do. I think that social media brings new ways to connect, and never before have we had this instant access in the palm of our hand like we do right now. We've never been able to do things like we do right now. In fact, we see more and more of a trend where there's this whole new revolution of how to communicate. There's this new trend about communicating, and we have to realize that now it's more than just sending somebody a text message. It's actually connecting with them instantly and at the same time connecting with many, many other people. When carefully used, social networks can be the difference between connecting or disconnecting with someone. For example, you may win or lose someone by what you say online or what you put out there on Twitter or Facebook. So during the minutes to follow, I want to tell you how important it is that we are carefully connecting with people within social networks. People understand the need to be connected. They want to be connected with. In this new age of communication, young people especially do this thing, and they're connected in ways that we really don't understand. It's a whole new idea. There are pros and cons to this. People have a need to be connected with. We all like to have those relationships, and we want the information that we put out there, the things that we say and the things that we're doing, and we're letting people know what we're doing. We want people to affirm what we're doing. And one of the interesting things that I've noticed is that we don't always give out the information that's true to our lives. We put out the information that we want people to know about us. And I think that's really interesting, that we only put out the things that we want people to know, because that has a tendency to look like, well, this is who I am, and you're really painting a picture. But what if you had to put out the good and the bad parts of your life? Things would change, and that would be a whole different outlook on social networking. So there's a good side to it, there's a bad side to it, but most of all, we have to be careful how we connect. We have to protect the people that we're connecting with as well as ourselves. For example, if you're on Twitter and you tell the world that you're having a great time hanging out with a young teenager, well, you've just compromised two things. And let's say you gave a certain location. Then you said, having a great time hanging out with this young teenager at the game room or something like that. Well, what you've done is you have just told the world that, number one, where the teenager's at, and number two, that you're not at home. So there are consequences that can take place because of the information that you put out there. And as this new revolution, this new age of technology begins, we have to be careful and remember those consequences, and that when you put that information out there, you can't take it back. People know things that maybe you didn't realize that you were putting out there for the world to see. So it's very important that we remember how careful we need to be as we do this. Jill Tucker, a staff writer for sfgate.com, she said that parents generally have little idea about what their children are up to. We've got to stop kidding ourselves about this. There are enormous consequences from inappropriate behavior online. And that's the truth. We can't allow things to just be put out there and allow our young people to put things out there and not expect them to be these huge consequences. In today's world, we have younger girls putting out pictures that they don't think is harmful right now, but it could be very harmful when it's put into the hands of the wrong people. So we just need to educate them on what's appropriate and what's inappropriate when we're dealing with social networking. So as you can see, this is not just about connecting, it's also about protection. And we must connect, and we must do it carefully and with much consideration. Connecting with people takes a lot of thought and careful approach, and we can't do that haphazardly. We must connect with care and concern. In closing, I just want you to remember that as you attempt to connect with people, remember not only the importance of connecting, but also how to become closer to an individual, but yet protecting them at the same time. Thank you guys for listening.
Yay! Woohoo!